the Bible says, as it is written in uh, Romans 9 and 13, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Romans 9:13. That's talking about Esau, the biblical name for the so-called white man. I always have an issue with the so-called white man. I really do. People ask me or women why they say, why do you have an issue with the white man? And I explained it, and I told them, I said, well, some of the reasons that I don't like them or I hate them or something like that because God hates them. That's number one. Um, yeah, there's a scripture that I want to go to. Um, Isaiah. I mean not Isaiah, but Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes is chapter 3, verse. Should I say verse 1? No, verse 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 5. Let's start at verse 5. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. You got to stop loving the same people that's killing you every day. The reason why I say I don't really like Esau, I'm gonna read this last verse and I'm gonna go to the other verses to show you why. A time to read, a time, verse 7 of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time to read, a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. We've been keeping silence and turning the other cheek and loving the enemy for decades. You see what I'm saying? And you still ain't got no, we still ain't got no reparation. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. You got to stop loving the same people that's killing you. Think about it. Our people goes into the stores. If so-called white people actually really meant our people any good, they would work with our people that shoplifted in their stores. They really would. They will say something like, "Well, you know what? I really don't need to be putting you in no prison system or in jail or prison because our forefathers is the reason why we're benefiting off of y'all. Y'all, we benefiting off of they forefathers' territory, but we didn't get this land and nothing the right way. So that's why, if you look at it by rights, we owe. They ain't gonna say that though. They really owe that to us. So why should you have to go to jail, or why should you have to go into a white man's prison system of us serving time for something that they stole from us? They the one raped and robbed and murdered and took our inheritance. They the one started giving people all these bywords, Puerto Rican and all that kind of stuff, Costa Rican and Honduran. I mean, all these different names, Panamanian and all of that. The reason that we have those names is because at some point, we was conquered. The white man conquered and raped everybody. Um, I said my issue is with the so-called white man is this. I'm gonna go to the scripture now. Psalm 55 and 21. Psalm 55, 21. Psalm 55, verse 21. The Bible says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. He was War was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword." That's why I don't listen to so-called white men and white women, because when you tell them stuff about injustice that they do to you, that you feel is unjust, like for example, you can say, "Well, I don't agree with that situation. I feel that I was treated unjustly," and the finesse part and the manipulation would be, "Well, I'm just doing my job." The hell, fuck you, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my job. That's manipulation. Yeah, oppressing me, doing your job, your demonic job that you love, your demonic job that you make a living off of. I'm just doing my job, making money off of my wealth. That's how they'll try to manipulate it. I said, but I let them know, you ain't gonna finesse me with that bullshit. No. So that's what they try to do. Yep. And so that's why I don't like them. Look what it says here. Psalm 55:21. I'm gonna reiterate it. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. Let's go Genesis 25. Let's go to Genesis 25. Yeah, Genesis 25, verse 25. Watch this in. The Bible said, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents." Jacob chilled at home. He didn't want to go out and go and just fuck with people like so-called white people do. Yeah. So the Bible says, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field." So what I'm gonna do, since I'm falling asleep on this thing right now, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this video later. I got into a debate with with a so-called nurse coming here. I'm just and see, that's what them so-called police do on the street. When they pull you over for something, you get mad with them. You know how they'll finesse you? "Well, ma'am, I'm just doing my job." Get the fuck up out of here. Oppressing me? Yeah. So they'll try to sit up there and try to finesse you with them words to the point that where you can say, "Oh, this really makes sense." No, you can't pull the wool over my eyes, because I know all the tricks that they'll try to come out with. I'm gonna see y'all later. Get up out of here, and I'll be back with another video. Um, that's what I named the video. The so-called white man is a cancer to the planet. Yep. So all right,